Hello, my name is Dr. Madison Oak, and today I'm so excited to talk to you about screen time and dizziness and eye strain. I want to start off with a really common question that is, why do my eyes hurt so much when I'm on the screen, and what the heck can I actually do about it? So if you have noticed that you have eye strain and eye pain when you are using your computer, there's a couple of different things that I think that you should look into. First, I want to remind you that this is never medical advice, and anything you should ever see here should only ever be considered educational. And if you want to change something in your life or in your healthcare based on something you've seen here, please contact your doctor first. The very first thing that I want to talk about when it comes to screen time the only part of you that is actually alive when you are looking at yourself in the mirror is your eyes. So you have like dead skin, right? Your hair, this like part isn't really alive. And the only part that is alive is your eyeballs. And your eyeballs are actually protrusions of brain tissue. And so they can be really, really sensitive to light. And that is especially true if you have a migraine disorder like vestibular migraine, or you are trying to manage your vestibular symptoms. There's a lot that goes into that scientifically, but we're not really going to touch on that today. I'm just going to kind of tell you things that you can do about it. The first thing that you want to do is be evaluated by a neuro-ophthalmologist or a neuro-optometrist, or someone who specializes in binocular vision dysfunction. This is vision dysfunction of your eyes when your eyes are misaligned this way, or misaligned this way. And as a physical therapist, I don't do a lot with this, but I do refer lots of my patients to vision specialists who specialize in binocular vision dysfunction. The next most important thing that after you're cleared for that, you're like, I don't have that, or I do have that, and I'm doing vision therapy or getting prism lenses, whichever kind of is going to work for me. The next thing that you want to do is adjust your desk setup. So a lot of us, when we're at the computer, I'm going to show you with my computer, sit in really poor desk posture. So you might be here, you're opening up your computer for the day to work, and all of a sudden you are right here. We're typing, using our computer, doing all of our stuff, right? And we're here for hours. Now, I want to remind us that we're going to sit up and back, and you're going to kind of put your feet should be at a 90 angle, and my computer, actually, I'm going to get myself my stand, should be up at eye level, should be back from me when I'm using a laptop, and I should be using an external keyboard as well as my mouse. So in reality, this is what my computer setup looks like. This is what we're really going for, so that we can, I'll show you a little bit better back here, actually be more at eye level. My eyes are at the top of my screen. I feel comfortable. My feet are flat on the ground, and I am sitting in a comfortable position. Now, posture is all about movement. So if I slouch sometimes, if I lean to one side, if I do some of this, if I'm kind of scrolling like that, that's totally no big deal. But I do want to make sure that any posture that I'm sustaining, whether it's up here, down here, whatever, is a posture that I'm moving away from at least every 20 to 30 minutes. The next thing you want to do on your computer or any screen really is use the 20-20-20 rule. The 20-20-20 rule is one that tons of people talk about, but not enough people are actually doing. I like to set myself a 20-minute timer. Every 20 minutes, I look up and 20 feet away for 20 seconds. Now, the wall behind me is not actually 20 feet away, but I can look kind of over here into my office mate's office and say, okay, hello over there, and that's 20 feet away. I do move when I actually do it my entire body away from the screen. I look 20 feet away, and this is because when we're looking, when we're looking at something close to us, we are looking kind of in convergence, and our eyes are coming together like this. When we look further away, our eyes diverge and go like that. In these scenarios, when our eyes are moving in and out, that's good for our eyes. We don't always want to be looking into convergence. This can actually cause some issues with our eyes and, of course, eye strain. During my 20-20-20 breaks, I also do hand cupping. So I'm going to be putting my hands together like this, putting them over my eyes like that, taking a couple deep breaths, letting everything settle down, and that kind of warmth in your eyes can oftentimes be super helpful as well. The next thing I want to talk about is taking screen breaks. Usually not every single thing we need to do throughout the day is on a screen. So if possible, let's say you need to be taking notes or something like that, that's a time when it's good to say, okay, I'm going to take a screen break, shut your screen down, and start doing stuff that is more analog, more written, something like that. Maybe you take a walk, maybe you have a standing treadmill at your desk, maybe there's something else that you can be doing that's not on the screen every hour or so. Remember, we're getting up from different positions, hopefully every 45 minutes to an hour, and really not staying in one place for that long. Humans are not meant to be still. Getting a standing desk is a really awesome option. However, I actually recommend a sit to stand desk because back pain and all these things didn't go away when we started standing. They just became standing postures instead of sitting postures. So we want to be moving up and down throughout our day, going to get a snack, use the restroom, get water, what have you, in order to accurately and correctly move our body enough and actually reduce eye strain. The next thing after good posture, taking breaks, using the 20-20-20 rule, is using this thing called Iris Tech. Now, I'm not affiliated with this company at all. I just really like it. I have it downloaded on all of my computers. And when I use it, basically I turn it on, it stays on, it's free for the first 7 days, is a free Chrome extension plugin, and it goes into your computer. It's iristech.co. And what it does is it reduces or turns off the flicker rate. So what a flicker rate is, if you imagine a little kid is next to my light switch over there, and they're turning it on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off, like a strobe light, that's super annoying, right? You're like, oh my gosh, I need this small child to stop turning on and off the light. Now, that exact same thing is happening as you're watching this, except for it is at such a high rate that you don't even notice it, but your brain notices it. Your eyes can't see it because it's too fast, but your brain does. So what do? We automatically think, let's turn the brightness down. This is really straining on my eyes. When in reality, if you turn the brightness down, your flicker rate goes up, and so it's going to flicker faster and faster and faster and be even more irritating to your brain. They do this on screens and on computers and stuff so that you will save battery long term. So it does make your computer die a little bit faster, but it's so worth it. So it's free for the first 7 days, and you can decide if you like it and if it makes a difference for you a lot. I personally can see it almost instantly. I have some people who are like, oh, it took me a couple days to notice, but I can use my screen for longer because it's just one solid screen all the time. You can also put it on your location, and it will have less blue light at times throughout the day when it would be less blue light outside. So it naturally brings more and less throughout the day, which is kind of fun too. And instead of you needing to kind of go in there and change the settings, it'll change the settings for you. The next thing is I do have an affiliation with this company. It is Avalux Glasses, but I have affiliations with a couple of glasses companies, and this is the only one that I personally recommend. So Avalux Glasses are the only migraine glasses that are proven with third-party research to reduce migraine pain and frequency and things like that. You can look into the research themselves. I'm doing them a disservice right now. I have a discount code for them because they are pretty pricey. It is Vertigo Doc, VERTIGO DOC at checkout. It'll get you $25 off. Now, Avalux Glasses, what they do is they take the research from a Harvard research study that happened quite a while ago, and they block out irritating wavelengths of light that are irritating for migraine and let through the calming green light. So irritating lights like blue, amber, red, and the calming green that we like in our brains, that is let through. And so when we do this, then we're able to actually reduce migrainous symptoms and things like that, which is really cool. And they're so great for screen time. They come in prescription, and I just recommend everyone with vestibular migraine and frankly with vestibular disorders use them because everyone says they're like a blanket for your eyes. They do have a 90-day return policy if you don't like them, but I've been recommending them before I had any affiliation with them. I really love them. And then the last thing that I wanted to mention is a reminder to please take screen breaks from, I know I've said this before, but I promise you taking a break from your screen is going to make all of the difference, because when we take screen breaks, our eyes get a break and our heads get a break, our posture gets a break, and we just are better off long term with our screen time. So there are some tips for eye strain and for screen time. Remember, if you think you might have binocular vision dysfunction, to please get evaluated by your doctor, and all of this is educational and never meant or intended to be medical advice. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon.